Wow, man, is it Wednesday already? Well, guess what? That means only one thing. That means it's time for another episode of Redcat Live. That's right, we're here having a good time with all of you guys, our community members, and we really hope that we get to have a really good time with you guys here today. All right, just making sure I check my audio, which we are good. Got my comments that I can read right here below. And the question is, what are we talking about today? What are we doing? What is going on with Redcat today? Long story short is we've seen a lot of people struggling, having issues with their bumpers, and not so much the toe-in parts are pretty easy to do in that essence, but there's been some confusion. Posts talking about the potentiality of bumpers not being the right size, the holes being too small, or how can I get my parts, right? These are all very important questions that we keep hearing a reoccurring theme on. So instead of allowing things to just kind of lay on deaf ears, we decided let's just manipulate what we had on the schedule for this coming Wednesday, and let's just talk about it. Let's go over the details about how you, the community member, the end user of our amazing 64 product, can obtain their bumpers if you haven't already gotten so, as well as how to replace them as well. What is good, RC Patina guy? Much love, brother. Hope you're having a great day. Jeff Ramos, hermano, much love, bro. Hope you had a good day at work as well. Bob Olsen, man, was good. Luke Claxton, what's up, Cupcake? How you doing, brother? Oh, man. Eric Sarceño, man, happy Cinco de Mayo, brother. Brandon Tomey, love, bro. Hope you're having a good day as well. When would you like to talk about the Volcano 16 Armenta? That was last week that we went over the 16. You may want to go back and see it unless you have some other questions that you may want to ask. We'll try and see if we can save some time for some Q&A for you as well. Mike Lacey, what up, brother, man? Jamie Rodriguez, man, much love. Appreciate you, brother. So when it comes to the bumpers and how to obtain your guys' bumpers, you're going to fall underneath one of a few different categories. One of the categories would be whether you are purchasing the car here from the US, directly from Jeffries or Redcat Racing. You would have received an email that would have been sent out to you for you to fill out a form so that we can then send you a code for those. People that bought the vehicle not through Jeffries or Redcat, but through the outside source. There's a form on our RC Lowriders page for you to go in there, fill it out so that we can just verify you own the car, proof of purchase. Sometimes we just need the serial number, which, to not cause confusion, is the number right there. So sometimes it may be a picture of the car itself. Our team will work with you to try and make sure that we can validate that you own the car, which shouldn't take much to do, and then get you taken care of. What happens if you are outside of the United States, right, and you purchased a car? What do? You know what? Very simple. Just email 64parts@redcatracing.com. That's the number 6, the number 4, and the parts, PARTS, at redcatracing.com. And make sure that you put in the subject line that it's international. This way we can kind of keep our eyes open for that and attack those right away. We do usually take about 5 business days, 3 to 5 business days to process these. So if you've already done the process and it has not worked, double check your emails, check your spam, look for that, and as well as reach out to us as well. In the description of this live feed, I already went ahead and I added all of those scenarios in there for you so you guys can read them here while you have it. On top of that, it will have the link to the form for you to fill out the form and get that situated so that we can get you taken care of as quickly as possible. At the very bottom of the description for this live feed here today, you will also find a link to the page on our website that will go over exactly how to replace the bumpers as well as the toe-in corrective parts for the suspension. The videos that were done by our very own Matt Jackson for the toe-in parts, and I did a quick edit for the bumper to show you guys how easy it is to fix. Eric Sarceño, let's see. All right, hold on one second. Let me read up, guys, here really quick. What's up, Gabriel, man, all the way from Fresno, California. Jasmine, how you doing? Good seeing you this last Saturday as well. Say hi to your dad for me. Let's see. Anything new in the pipeline? Ryan wants to know. Yes. That's all I can say. I want to tell you guys so much, so many cool things, but all I can say is, there's a lot of cool stuff coming. You just got to be a little patient, just a little bit longer, and trust me, it's going to be all well worth it. Do we carry any Baja 5B parts? Check our website. You can also reach and contact our support team. They can look into that for you, pertaining to the specific part that you're looking for as well. RC Bettina guy, let's see, who else we got? Kaiju's a crazy machine. I love the Kaiju. Kaiju's awesome. I abused the heck out of mine, and I did some damage, but it's a fun truck. And trust me, the beat up that I gave it was pretty intense. Let's see, Casey Scott, what's good, brother man? How you doing? What's a sweet spot to him? Staying back. Kyle, we'll go over just the toe-in replacement parts, which should get you, hopefully, what you need to know as far as getting your steering. Because I can, while locked up now, and you can see, while it's fully locked up, you are still going to get a little bit of that toe-in. But it's actually manageable now. I can actually steer the car. I can do three-wheel motion, fully locked up, and still U-turn as needed. Rather than before, they were so far in that there was no way around it. And I'll go over what was so different on the parts that we sent you compared to what was on the car originally as well. What's good, Ryan from Prescott? How you doing, brother man? Johnny, I would love to see a mini truck. I know there's some guys out on our page that are doing some stuff with the mini truck scene. I'd love to see some more, man. That would be amazing to do. Even the platform. I seen that the hard body K5 Blazer fits on our chassis. You do have to narrow the plastic tubs a little bit. Some people don't like doing all of that, but if you're the kind of person that is comfortable doing that, some options to have as well. If the K5 Blazer body fits, that means that the Hilux hard body should fit as well to the wheelbase. Tony brother, what's good? Jamie Rodriguez, how you doing, man? Mark Sweet, love, brother, how you doing? All the way from Florida. Let me see. Order down rush list. Sorry, guys, I'm just reading up really quick, seeing if there's anything important I can answer quickly, or if we can just jump right in. If you guys are just joining right now, guys, please, again, take a look at the description. If you have not received an email from us and you bought the car directly from Jevry's website or our website directly, and you have not received the email, check the description on this video. It'll give you a form to fill out so that we can get you guys taken care of as quickly as possible. All in all, I'll be honest with you guys. Redcat Racing as a whole, as a company, we saw that, you know what, that tow-in issue was something that we didn't account for. We made the car to act like a real vehicle. And what happens is when the suspension lifts up, obviously tow arms or steering arms themselves, steering linkages, they're only so long, right? You can't compensate for all of that travel. And we didn't really think about maybe making it more enjoyable rather than making it more like a real car. So the engineering team, awesome guys. We have some of the most amazing folks you can ever ask for. They watch what you guys are saying as far as the things, and they are trying to stay ahead of it. And they redesigned the steering arms as well as the C-hubs with a slightly different angle to help correct that for you guys. So Redcat as a whole, as a company, we noticed that was an issue, as well as the way the vehicles were shipped in the first batches. The packaging was extremely tight, and any kind of dropping of it via UPS, FedEx, US Postal would cause too much of an impact on the bumper, and it would cause it to crack. So again, we wanted to give you guys the most realistic car that we can give you guys with obvious features, and it really was disappointing that we gave you guys an amazing car and the bumpers were cracked. We felt bad. We didn't want that for you guys. We wanted better for you guys. So it took a little bit of time, but we redesigned the bumpers. They are really flexible now compared to the previous ones. There is one thing I'll go over with you guys to help clarify the mounting of them. But all in all, what transpired was, in essence, a recall, right? And what we did in that fashion was we listened to you guys. We know that you guys paid great money for this product, and we're really proud, as you are proud of owning one. So we wanted to make it right. We have the corrective parts, which we're sending out to people. This is a sealed package. This 64 in front of me, underneath the blue one, is a sealed car, and we'll go over this together as a team so that hopefully I can help you guys understand a little better why we did this, how we did it, and hopefully get you guys to enjoy and love your car once again. And hopefully the growing pains of having it and having those issues didn't ruin the experience for you guys, because at the end of the day, we need our community happy and we need you guys to enjoy the products that we offer you guys. So from the bottom of our hearts and all of us here, thank you guys for the ongoing support. You guys have been nothing short of amazing. Thank you. Let me read up really quick, because sometimes I get going. And there's that boat question again. Everyone wants boats. You know what? I've said it. I mentioned it. It's in the brainstorming hat. Hopefully one day something cool can come of the boats, guys. Let's see. Oh man, Cletus coming out all the way from Utah. Love, brother. RC Bettina guy. Yes, this is a Redcat hat. A few of us have these fitted hats that work here. Other than that, it's a snapbacks. I think from RC, something else I didn't see about. Eli, right on, bro. Appreciate that. Yeah, we will talk about other things, and we have. If you go back a couple live feeds, you'll see that we did an episode on the Gen 8, and we're going to do another one coming up probably next week, where I'll actually do an actual axle swap. Opening up the Gen 8 axles, swapping everything over into a trio aluminum housing. So stay tuned for that. We'll be doing more stuff in that nature as well. And if you have questions, drop those questions on our page. I take those questions and I put them on the list so that we can try to get those answered for you guys in the future as well. Terry Burke, man, much love. Thank you for the love and support, brother, man. So with that said, guys, let's get into it. So again, if you're just joining the show, check out the description of the video. It'll show you step by step and what category you fall underneath on for the obtaining the replacement parts for your 64. So let me move my car out the way. All right. So if you've already obtained them, or if you are in the process of doing that, absolutely, Eli, man, I agree, brother, man. Redcat offers a lot of different products, and I personally like to highlight all of them where possible. Sometimes I will not highlight something if we're just running low on stock on them, or if we're out of stock on a specific platform, because I'd hate to get someone new that maybe wants to jump in the hobby and they see a product that we just ran out of. So I really try to be meticulous with the shows in that fashion. 64 is taking a lot of our time, but trust me, I do plan on giving you guys a little bit more of different platforms as well. We offer a lot of other cool cars that I want you guys to see and hopefully enjoy at the same time. So much love, brother. Thank you for your patience. Oscar, man, sorry. Jimmy Rodriguez called me Omar. It's cool, man. I get Omar, I get Sergio, I get Caesar. It's crazy how many different names I get at times. So it's all love, bro. Man, happy Cinco de Mayo. Hopefully you guys are enjoying some tacos out there today. Eat some tacos for me, because I'm a taco fan all day. Jasmine Rodriguez. You know what? You can do one of those super scale setups that on the Gen 8. That'll give you that, air ride looking suspension. All right, guys. So moving forward, let's say that you have done everything in the description and you have not been able to obtain your parts. Again, email us directly at 64parts at 6, the number 4, parts at redcatracing.com. When you guys obtain all that, they'll give you a one-time use code. Let's say that you own multiple cars. You bought multiple. And we, at that point, have verified that you have 2, 3, 4, 5 cars, whichever the amount is. We're gonna give you a code, a one-time code for you to use on our website for those parts. You'll pick the quantity that you are approved for. You go into the checkout process. Do not pay the $100 per package. We put those at a price for a reason, to avoid people actually spending the money and buying them. But go in there, and if you go down to your gift codes or coupon codes, you can put the specialized code that we'll make just for you, and it should drop everything down to 0. If you have no other parts in your cart, it will not charge you any shipping. It shouldn't charge you anything at all for the parts. So keep that in mind, guys. Yeah, Tony's getting tacos. Yes. I'm telling you, carne asada, al pastor, little carnitas, man, lengua. Oh, I'm down. I'm hungry. Dang. All right, low profile tires. Great question, Tony. We have them on order. Literally, we're just kind of counting down the days. Things are starting to speed up as things are opening up even more and more. Hopefully, we'll be able to see them here very shortly. But I don't have an exact date. If I can get one, I'll definitely share it on the RC Redcat Lowriders page so that we can share with all of you guys and you guys can know what's on the back burner there. Someone calls me Theo. Right on, Jazz. Can we yes. Actually, you know what, Tony? What you can do is if you go down to the website itself, find the product, and this goes for any product. There's a notify me link to every product if it's out of stock. Click on that, enter your email address, and we'll send you an email as soon as they hit our inventory. So, all right, guys. So now moving forward, let's say that you guys did do your due diligence and your parts have arrived. If they have arrived, you will receive an envelope that looks like this. And take into consideration, any vehicle that was purchased April 1st and prior, you fall under this category for having to go through this process to obtain your parts. If you purchase the car after April 1st, your car will come with that package in one so that when you get it, you can actually install the parts yourself. In the future, probably not this shipment that we're working on now, but the one after that, they will come with those parts already installed on the car, but we'll get there and we'll allow you guys to know that before you guys purchase so you guys know what you're getting. All right, so you guys did your due diligence, you guys ordered your parts, they arrive, you get an envelope like this. What's in the envelope? In the envelope, you're gonna obtain the part number RER14305, which will come with the 2 steering arms and the C-hubs, all right? You will also get one of these. And this is a package that will have both your front and rear bumpers. And it was really important to the owner and all of our guys here that we made sure that we remembered that when we give you guys a new bumper, it comes without a license plate. So we made sure that we gave you guys more stickers for that specifically. There was a picture that someone shared, I believe yesterday or the day before, about the bumpers not being the same size. If you notice, the bumper itself is tapered. So if you stack another bumper on top of this to measure it in the same format that this one's sitting, it's gonna look shorter. But if you flip it upside down and measure corner to corner on the top and then corner to corner on the bottom, they are the exact same size. There's no way to recreate the mold. The mold is the same. So there's no changes, nothing weird going on there. So don't believe the hype, don't get caught up in it. Just know that the bumpers are the correct ones and they were molded from the exact same plastic that the original ones were that came on the car. Can we get version 3 of the shredder? Hey, you never know. Shredder's future could be coming up. Derek, thank you for asking, brother. So you have your front bumper and you have your rear bumper. To give you guys an idea of the difference of them, I'll show you. The original bumpers literally could break on impact. I could literally bend this. You can see I'm tacoing it. And this is what we wanted to offer you guys. Something that still had that shine, but it could take a little bit more of a hit. The 64, in my opinion, is probably the most model-like RC car that I've owned aside from some hard body builds that I've built from said companies. So with that said, giving you guys something that was going to be durable and flexible, it's kind of a new thing to offer. I haven't seen another company create chrome plastic that can do that yet. So the process was redone. They thought about it. They re-engineered the tooling on how to do it, and they created these, which I thought was really, really cool. So you'll get the 2 bumpers, license plates, and the towing parts. So let's open this bad boy up and let's get started. I agree, Tony. I like the stock bumpers too. I actually still have my original bumpers from my car when I bought it back in November. I've been very fortunate, and I drive it like, well, it depends. Sometimes I drive it like I stole it. Today I was in the warehouse. I put drift tires and a gyro on my car, and I was just drifting it all over the place and doing bunny hops as I was doing it. Brian Brenner actually got me stuck on that, so shout out to the big homie. If you don't follow him on TikTok, make sure you follow him. He's got some awesome content. All right, so boom, brand new in a box. You gotta love the beautiful box. I love the artwork that they did to this. So we'll open this bad boy up. Owner's manual, sticker sheet. All right, so what I like to do personally is when you take off the lid, flip it upside down, and you can actually lay the body on it when you take it off. So I'm gonna quickly look at this really quick because it is a new car. Bumpers are not cracked. Lines look good. There you go, guys. So put that there for a second. All right, put this down here. All right, so one thing I personally like to do, as I mentioned, is I like to use the foam itself to set the body on so that you don't scratch it. Upside down, there's little slots in the foam for the mirrors to sit in. So make sure you just drop it in there. Take off your clips. And I'm gonna start with the bumpers first to show you guys. All right, so let's see here. Put that over there. I'm gonna change cameras really quick, guys. Hold on one sec. All right, so, here is all right, so here we go. So one thing you're gonna need is 2mm hex. And usually I like to have actually in this situation, we're gonna need a Phillips screwdriver. I'm gonna rock my new Reese RC nut driver, because why not? All right. You're gonna start by removing the original bumper. And to do so, you're gonna have 3 screws, 1, 2, and 3. So on these guys, I really like to go with the hand drivers. You definitely don't want to use anything pneumatic or powered. It's plastic. You don't want to go too hardcore on them. So just to give you guys an example, if you want to do a proper measurement, measuring it like that is going to make them look like they're not the right size. In any given point, it looks like that's smaller. But if you flip them around and match them corner to corner, they're the identical size, guys. All right. If you were to do the bottom half, corner to corner, again, identical size. There is not a single thing that makes these different other than the process and how we cure the plastic, as well as how we cool it after we mold it. So let's start with the obvious. We'll go ahead and get our sticker here. Are these cut? Here we go. Get your low and slow sticker. Make sure you put that right there in the middle. All right, stickers on. I actually put the front one on the rear one, the rear one on the front one, but it's okay for now. Just don't criticize me too bad, guys. One thing you're gonna have to do is you're gonna need to transfer the lenses. Let me go this way, sorry guys. You're gonna wanna transfer the lenses from one to the other. This is where you're gonna need a Phillips screwdriver to get it off. So take that one off. Install magic brackets, Tony. Oh, you got me killing, bro. All right. So remove that, and then you have the little lens right there. See that? And that lens has to be transferred over to this side. And it does only go one way, so just keep track of that. Have it upside down like that. Get your bracket back on. Install it. Now, one thing that people are having trouble with on these bumpers are the mounting holes. People are saying that they're too small, they're not the same size. Well, when we start with the mold, they are the same size. What actually ends up happening is that we buy bodies in mass production from a factory. So when they build the bodies, they're not on the chassis yet. So they use smaller screws, which ends up threading them first, or gives them the threads in there. And then when it gets to the factory, before they put it on the actual chassis of the car, they transfer over and install the actual mounts. So they use the same screws that the car comes with. So when you go and put them in, yeah, it's going to be tight. You can do one of two things. Go slow and just until it's snug. That's the easiest way to do it. The other thing you can do is, one, if you get, as I said, yeah, if you heat up your tip with a lighter on a 1.5, you can go in there and just kind of quickly give it a little turn and a little turn. That's another step. 3, you can use a slightly smaller screw than what came in it to at least get the thread started, and then you can use the actual screws that came with your car. The last thing that you can do is use a very small drill bit that just will open it up just a hair to take the 2mm screw. So let's take off the other lens. That. Remove the cap, remove the lens, swap it over, reinstall, easy peasy. So, Candy and Chrome, Pablo, brother, how you doing, man? Hopefully you're having a good Wednesday in Cinco de Mayo. Oh, George, it is the same sticker front and rear. For some reason, I didn't think it was. You're right, they're the same size. I think I might have just put it down a little bit too low, but you can't really tell there. So now the lenses are swapped, and now you're ready for the reinstallation process. Again, as I mentioned, these are going to be a little tight on the initial installation. So you can do one of a few things, like I mentioned. I am just going to start them by hand, just to get them to start. Go to the other side as well. What's good, Chris? Hopefully you're having a good day, brother. Okay, just to get them started like that. And then I back up and we're good. So, other bumper over there. We're going to reinstall this new bumper, and I always want to make sure that, well, see, look at that. That one did come unbroken. I mean, you guys can tell right there. So All right, the new one will go in. There's little pockets where it'll actually go into. So when it goes in, it'll literally be held in those holes. So you got that right there. You get your mount. And here's a quick tip, guys. For those of you guys that want to perform a body drop, like the ones that I do, what I actually end up doing is, you see these holes right here? There, there, and there. What I do is you can tell right here, the tip on my driver's burnt. I use a lighter, get it hot, and I stick this in there, and I just move the holes up. I call this the Daber Mac body drop. He actually has a video about that. When you do that, it raises the mounting point into the chassis itself. You do end up having to cut a little bit of the Lexan here to bend it in, but it will allow the front of the car to sit lower over the actual chassis itself. What I like to do is I just start by installing the screw. Get your nut driver. All right, then we just go in. I do use a little bit of force, not a ton, but just enough to get it started. I do think I already ended up losing a screw because that's how I am. Here's go. And I just go, guys, until it's snug. That's it. Done. You don't need to put a ton of force. You don't need an electric drill to get it to where you need to. It's just until they get snug. It's plastic. It doesn't need to be torqued down to a specific specification. And there's your front bumper installed, the new updated one. All right. So off to the rear. It's same thing, just a little bit less parts to transfer over. Go ahead and just remove those. 3 screws as well. Some people have larger forearms, yes. Yeah, my bad, bro. It's all those years of wrenching, like actual wrenching. I was actually a mechanic in my early days. I was a smog technician in California. And man, I was an engine and suspension specialist, and I did a lot of engine swaps, engine repairs. So install your sticker, guys. And just so you know, yes, they are a little bit different. The one for the front is cut a little bit shorter. I can tell when I peeled it off. But there's your license plate on there, ready to go. And this one's an easy one. There's no lenses to swap out. You just go ahead and poke them right through the holes there, so you guys can see. And once they're through, get your mount, line it up, and get to it. See, George, I get you, bro. I'm also on the original bumpers. You know who else is Louis? What's his name? There's another cat out there, Leilani. Gosh, I'm gonna mess his name up. But he's also on his original bumpers as well, with no issues. You know, some folks have had great lights, you know, other folks have not. So again, just a little bit of force to get them started. And then once they start, just take your time. If you use a plastic drill, or a power drill, it's gonna move the screw so fast that it's literally just going to rip that stud right out. It's not going to sit nice and tight like you want it to. initial force to start it. And you just let it rip. All right, snug. So that's how simple it is, guys. It's not rocket science. It's nothing difficult. Don't be afraid to do this. If the 64 happens to be your first RC car, don't be afraid to do things like this. These are so easy to do, and you can make it happen. Don't leave the car on the table and hit the throttle. Yes, that is true. All right, so again, bumpers are done, guys, and that's been updated. So we'll go ahead and move that off to the side, and then we can get started on the actual toe-in parts. So as mentioned, for all the guys that you see out there that are posting pictures saying that the bumpers don't fit and that they don't work, you guys saw it right then and there. They fit. They are identical. Don't get lost in that. I can't see how people could break the new flexible ones like the old ones. They don't have a crack. They don't crack like the other ones. They don't have that shattering effect. It's a completely different curing method that we use, which is kind of revolutionary to us, and it works. It works really well. So from what you guys can see, it's a working feature. No issues at all there. So let's get to the toe-in parts so I can show you guys the difference on those. So you guys bought a 64 originally, and the first thing you guys did was drive it around the living room or carpet, and then you lock it up and you see that. There we go. Right? This crazy toe in, you try to drive straight, it locks up on you. It's not a pretty sight, right? So our very own Matt Jackson originally redesigned these parts that I'm showing you guys for you guys to print on your own. Some guys decided to monopolize a little bit on it and sell those parts, which is fine because it took us a while to catch up to that point anyways. But now we're here and now we have the parts so that you guys can have that quality plastics from us that will surely last the rest of the car's life. And if they do break, guess what? The new replacement ones that we offer online at some point are going to be this style of one. So this is the issue that we're trying to correct here, guys. Toe in, they lock up, you have virtually no steering when you're at full lock, and it's annoying, right? Definitely takes a little bit of the fun away from the car. So what we do is we take these off, the knockoffs, and once I remove them, I'll show you guys the difference. I like to take the hexes off, personally. All right. So we have the hex and the pin. Here you're going to use a 1.5 millimeter driver, and you're going to remove what are the lock screws to the pins, the guide pins. One, and one on the bottom, one on top. Let's see if I can get a little closer here to show you guys a little better angle. These parts. Let's see if I can show you guys a little better view. There we go. So you're going to remove the up one and the top, the bottom one and the top one. Yeah, I said that right. Okay. Get those out of the way. And what I do is you get your driver and you literally poke. There's a little access hole that you poke on through and it exposes. Get a little closer there. There we go. So it exposes this nub right there that I can literally grab my pliers and pull it out. You're going to do the same thing for the upper one as well. Poking in the other direction on this side. Grabbing and pulling it. In the description of this video, guys, is a link to the page where we actually have this whole process done in a really close-up view for you guys to see as well. I'm just doing this live with you guys now to hopefully help you guys understand what you're doing. And then you just pull off the whole knuckle assembly with the arm. So we're going to set the car off to the side for 1 second. I'm going to show you guys the difference in these parts. All right, take this off. So one thing that changed a lot. You guys can see there is a Z shape to that arm, as opposed to the original one was completely flat. What happens is that when the suspension goes down and it articulates in the downward position, it now has a corrective angle to handle the ball joints or the balls themselves that attach to the arm, right? So there's your arm, there's the ball. If it was flat, it can only handle so much of an angle. But now that it is angled, it helps take some of that stress out and helps correct some of the steering angle at the same time. So once you have, put that off to the side. Once you have this off, you're going to use your same 1.5 millimeter driver. And at the top, you're going to remove the pin, or the screw, I should say. And then you're going to remove the bottom one. All right. You're going to make a liar out of me. Come on. There we go. And then you can actually separate the two. You want to keep this intact. You're going to swap parts from this one. Pull out the, pull out the pin. And there's two bearings, an inner one and an outer one. I usually like to poke them through with the driver. They're in there, they're not super tight, so they are removable. And there's your bearings there. We'll remove this one off to the side as an old part. You do need to remove the bowl. So what I do is I just grab some pliers like that, and I just spin. All right. Now these are not labeled left and right, the new ones, so you need to kind of take your time in a second to see the difference of them. And what you want to see is the difference in the location from the mounting, this spot to the top and then to the bottom. It is closer to one side than it is on the other one. So I just kind of do a quick glance and I can see that's not the right one. Grab the other one, boom, that's the right one. So what you do is with the new one, it has a little step on the bottom right there. And the ball goes on the opposite side of that, like that. Tighten this bad boy up. It's nice and snug. Install your bearings. Front and rear. All right, and now we can slide this bad boy back in. Get your screws, the 1.5 millimeters, and you're going to put the top one in first. Oops, that slid on me. And then you're going to put the bottom one in. You guys enjoying Cinco de Mayo so far, man? What are you guys' plans today? There we go. Oops, you know what? Let's get this in there first. So as mentioned, guys, you guys that are coming in late, just like I mentioned, go sign up, get your guys' parts, and enjoy. Low riding and tacos. Dude, that sounds like a win, bro. Your arm, you want to install it on the bottom side there. What I like to do is you get your pliers. Just tighten them up. You have the arm on there as well. And now you do the reinstallation process. So I usually just start with the bottom. Get your slider pin. Slide it back in. Go to the top. Slide that one in. And then don't forget your screws that lock that pin in place. Again, 1.5 millimeter. So as you can see, we're probably in to this video, I mean, aside from talking with you guys at first, you know, probably like a solid 25 minutes of time it's going to take you guys to replace this, you know? Nothing crazy. I'm going to show you guys a little trick when you do install the arms, because I have had this happen. The inside mounting point, which is right here, I've actually pushed on it and I've actually snapped that, which is not being careful. So what I like to do is you put it on the edge of a table, compress the suspension, take my pliers, and I just pop it on. Like that. So install your axle pin and your 12 millimeter hex. Reinstall your tire, your wheel. Reinstall your knockoff. And that side is done. So from what you guys can see, fully locked up. There we go. This wheel wants to go in still, while this wheel stays nice and straight. The thing that you guys are going to notice is that, here, you guys can see the difference there. Oops, where are we? Right there. So you guys can see how this side's not, this is the one that I did. Oops, there we go. It's straight, and this side is still cambered in. So that is a corrective to parts. That's exactly what it's going to do and how it's going to correct it. All you do now is you repeat the same steps on the opposite side. So there it is, guys. Obviously, I won't do both sides at this point. I'll do the other one off air, but if you guys have questions relating to this process, or if you guys have had any issues, don't ever hesitate to ask. You can always reach out to us. Our contact support, our support team is really awesome. They're really good guys. You can find that contact information on our website. And as mentioned, you're going to fall underneath a few different categories. One, you could be the person that purchased from Jerry's or Redcat Racing directly, and you might have received an email. If you did not, you can check out the link on this description of this video, and it'll show you how to go about obtaining your own set of upgraded parts. But as mentioned before, Easy to install. There's nothing wrong with these bumpers. There's nothing wrong with the sizing of the bumpers. They are the exact same bumpers that came on the car. The only difference is the process that we took to cure them, to make sure that we can make them flexible for you guys so they can take a little bit more abuse. Aside from that, as I mentioned, a couple of tricks on the bumpers themselves, the mounting holes. Try to pre-thread them a little bit, get them started. You need to just snug them down. You don't need to sit there and really over tighten them, because at that point there is just no plastic that's going to be able to take that kind of abuse. You can open up the hole by using a slightly smaller screw, and then go ahead and install the actual ones that came with it if you so choose to. But as you guys saw, I didn't have to do that. Take into consideration, I've done quite a bit of them, but that's why when I see these things pop up on the pages, I'm kind of like, I don't see that. How can that happen? So from the bottom of our hearts here, everyone here at Redcat Racing, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate all of our community members, and we really appreciate our customers that really make us who we are. We love doing these things with you guys, and we look forward to doing some more episodes in the future. From all of us here, thank you so much. Happy Cinco de Mayo, Feliz Cinco de Mayo. Enjoy your guys' evening, and man, we hope that you guys keep them lowriders hopping. So love, peace, chicken grease.